you're thrown into the deep end. Number one, like that's just you're gonna have to fend for yourself like once you're inside, because literally no one's gonna come to save you. Like it's do or die, and it's for you, it's personal.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Conversations. Thank you for clicking on this video. I did take a different approach from how I did my previous videos, but I do hope you guys enjoy the conversation I had with my previous schoolmates. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy the video.
So welcome, guys. Thank you so much for agreeing to participate in this video. I really appreciate it. I hope we do have a meaningful conversation about this topic. So I would just like everyone to introduce themselves. Just state your name. That's it. You don't have to state anything else. Just state your name.
Hi guys, I'm Itsmeleng.
Hi guys, I'm Ntando.
And hi guys, I'm Tandika.
Hi guys, my name is Dudak.
Okay. So basically, like I did mention when I texted you guys that this video is about your high school experience, also a bit more about your matric experience. Yeah. So the first question I'm going to ask you guys is describe your matric experience in like a sentence or two. Just summarize your not matric, sorry. Describe your high school experience, like 2-3 sentences. Like, how was it? Anyone can start.
Okay, so for me, it was a roller coaster. I know that sounds cliche, but it really was a roller coaster. That's the first sentence. It was a roller coaster. Secondly, I could say Rubua.
Okay, from me, it was a bit challenging. First of all, from my experience, I mean, like I'm new into the city, so meeting a lot of people, new people, it was a bit hectic. But then I settled in. Like Ndanda said, it was a roller coaster, but at the same time, it was fun learning like different personalities. As you grow, you get to know people, you engage with people. That was the fun part about it. Although we all have our different perspective of how things were, but at the end of the day, man, our high school experience. It was good, but then at the same time, roller coaster. That's true.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was fun. It was really fun.
Okay. So for me, like it's difficult to sort of like step back and try to analyze how high school was, because it's basically been like school in itself has been part of my everyday life. So it's like a normal thing. So you can't really analyze it. But I want to say it was, I don't know, it was something else. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was something else. It was filled with different experiences and different lessons. So I'm grateful for that. That's pretty much it in terms of my high school experience.
Yeah, because like personally, I would like to emphasize when it comes to lessons, because I mean, especially this year, regarding COVID-19 and stuff like that, we got to learn a lot of lessons, and we also like got to adapt to certain situations. Like we learned to adapt to certain situations, Yeah.
All right, guys. Did you want to say something, Tande?
No, I was like, no, that's true. I was listening to do that.
Yeah. Okay, so now, so what are a few expectations? Like, what was your mindset? Maybe not say mindset, but what expectations did you have of high school? Going into high school, obviously. Like, what did you think your high school experience was going to be like? Like, what did people tell you? Those things that you see in the movies. What was that?
I thought it would be a musical.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I thought it was a high school musical. But clearly nah.
Actually,
Also, like, I think a lot of people, they only talk about the academic side of high school, but never like the emotional, what can I say, like the emotional aspect of it. Like the fact that you burn out, you burn out so quickly, and you just have to keep on going because there's nothing else to do, because a lot of people would be like, no, when you get to grade 9, grade 9 is the hardest and everything else, but then no one ever told you that you're gonna be tired, like you're really gonna be tired, and emotionally you might get tested a lot. A lot. So
Yeah. Spiffy, do you have anything? Okay.
Nah, Spiffy can go.
Like in terms of expectations, I didn't really have like high expectations of high school, like in terms of like the media that I consume, like what we see, like the fame and glory and the glamorization of high school is basically, it's more Western, it's more American. So you never really have an idea of what high school in South Africa looks like until you're in it. So there wasn't a contrast between what I experienced and what I thought I was going to experience, because I didn't really like expect all. I mean, like, sure, we were told like bits and pieces about where we were going, like how the culture at certain schools is very relaxed and how you can do this and how you can do that. So I guess I welcomed that in terms of the school that we went to, is that like the things that you'd hear are things that you saw, like
Can I
people spoke about fights and like, sure, there's a certain stereotype I want to say about our school, but like I mean, it's not really that far. It's a big school, so literally anything can happen. So
exactly.
Yeah, I didn't have really high expectations, but it was okay.
Yeah.
At least you guys knew, at least you guys had a mind for, okay, this is at least what I'm going to expect. No, and there with a blank mind.
Right.
I saw the first thing I was like, eh?
Right. Yo, we knew. A lot of us knew, like Prepna. Yeah.
Because
it was always the thing that like our school is the school to be at. But when you get there, it's like not really.
And it wasn't even in the academic
yes,
stage.
it has in but every day, no.
That's true though.
Because not personally, I was really deceived by television. I don't want to lie, because like Tandeka said, I thought it was like when I thought of high school, I thought like of High School Musical, because I thought, you know what, when I wanted to express my feelings for my crush, I just thought, you know what, I could just sing for her or something like that, you know. But I don't want to lie, you know. But I think reality kicked in when I realized, no, nah. Things are actually different. Yeah.
Right. You're right. Yeah, that's true. Hey, that's true. But I get what you're saying, and I can relate to what Itumeleng said in terms of I already knew what I was going to go into, because my brother went to the school I went to, and I had friends who were already in that school, so they told me this is how it is. So I was just like, all right, I expected all of this, honestly. So yeah. So now we're gonna talk about this year, Matric. Devastating. How was your guys? I'm very interested to hear about this answer. How was your Matric year? Personally, for you, just consider everything. Don't just think. I'm pretty sure no one's just gonna think about academics, but emotionally and psychologically, how was Matric? Considering the fact that it was COVID. So how was Matric?
Who's gonna go first? This is a tough one. Who's gonna go first?
Yeah, I would have to. Nah. Who's gonna go first?
Tandeka, go first.
No.
Okay, let me go first.
Yes.
Okay.
Personally, Matric was horrible. That's all I can say. It was horrible. emotionally, psychologically, academically, it was horrible. It was so draining. It was so draining and so demanding. You know, no one tells you. People tell you that matric, it's a lot of workload. They just tell you for it's work, 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 but they don't mentally prepare you that you have to be strong. It's not for the weak. Matric is really not for the weak. You have to be strong because you'll be tired, but there's no time to be tired. You have a burnout, but there's no time to have a burnout. Prelims, you're tired. There's no time for that. So yeah, no, matric is exhausting. I don't like. It was exhausting for me. It was really exhausting.
May I go? May I go?
For me personally, school actually starts in matric. Okay, maybe for us you can say that because we never had grade 11, so we can't relate to the grade 11s. But for me personally, school actually starts matric because that's when you start being focused. You're like, okay, now it's me and my future right now. It's me and my future I have to find NSC. I have to find this NSC. And like Zippo said, literally no one prepares you for it. You just hear people saying, oh, matric is just a lot of work. But psychologically, mentally, physically, no one prepares you for it. And I think that should stop. I feel like it's time for we to talk about it. For dude, you have to mentally prepare yourself for this. Okay, Sharp, no one can prepare that, but then at least to have a talk with you. Hey, money, you want to pray. This is what you have to expect. This guy more with a blank mind because like a lot of people when grade 11 work. Honestly, it's not. It's totally new things. New things.
Yeah.
So it's the most horrible thing ever. For me personally, matric is horrible. I don't wish it for anyone, but
okay. So what I want to say is I'll start off with like my matric was personally for me it was intense, but at the same time it was just I don't know, like you're thrown into the deep end. Number one, like that's just you're gonna have to fend for yourself like once you're inside because literally no one's gonna come to save you. Like it's do or die and it's for you. It's personal. Your matric year is very personal. But another thing that I believe that we need to speak about is the fact that like the school that you go to heavily affects how you're going to go through matric. That's just the truth.
About that. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, because like even when you look at things like how we had like longer days, even like that was just that on its own, it knocks the wind out of you because like what do you mean we're gonna be at school until 4:00? What do you mean we're going to school until 3:00? Like what? when do you have time for yourself? When do you have time to internalize what you're learning? When do you have time to look like you don't even have time to plan for the future because you're so tired right now in the moment. So I think that's another thing that you really need to like look at as well because listen, if you're going to a school with 350 matrics, they're going to have a cookie cutter sort of approach to learning. Like there's nothing that's like tailored to you. So if you're already in that situation, you obviously can't leave a school like at that point, but like you really need to like take that into account in everything that you do in the matric year. And I think I failed to do that for most of the year. Like I was like so tired and I was complaining all the time instead of like overcoming and sort of accepting that I was in a horrible situation because it is a horrible situation. Excuse me. It's a horrible situation.
Horrible situation. Yeah. I don't want to lie. Honestly.
Sando?
Oh, okay, no.
What I found like challenging about it was like having to balance my private life and my academics. I don't want to lie, because now we've got a life, out here, and then we also had to go to school every Saturday and stuff like that. So it also affected like our mental health and our private life. I don't want to lie. That's what was challenging for me, actually.
Yeah, guys, do you even have a personal life in Matric? Like,
You don't. It's so sad. And people, what's sad about it, guys, is that you find yourself in this dark hole. You like, I don't know what's happening in my. You find yourself lost in some type of way. For okay, I
Yeah.
don't know. I just feel trapped. Every day is books, books. I'm pressurized. Okay, this is what is expected from me.
Yeah.
mhm.
And another thing, like it feels like this whole year there was so many things that were the odds were against us. Number one, we started school in February, and then we had was it 2 weeks where like there was a riot in our city, like it was protests and all of it.
Yeah, kind of. We
There's
had.
just a lot
No,
was
this
like
has been
the odds were
wrong.
against us this year.
Plus, there was also like I think lockdown for 3 weeks, so that
Oh,
extended
you
our June exams to August. Hey,
Yeah. And the school insisted that we show up and we keep going to school. And I'm like, I don't understand that. I don't understand that.
And as Brebna went to school, can I go to level 4 lockdown? Okay, thank you.
shit, this yo.
That's Pega's life,
Thank
right?
you.
That though.
For me, like, uh, okay, my Matric year. It was bad, ne, for the most part. But there were some good parts to it, you know. Like if you said considering everything, not just academics, right? So there were aspects of my life that like though I was able to grow and like to care for Obom. And I even built like really, really good friendships and like relationships this year.
Yeah.
Which
Mm.
was like for me like I don't know, but when I think of those, they outweigh the bad, even though there's a lot of bad, but that good
Yeah.
really did a lot for me personally. Wow. And also, like, the reason why I said it was bad though is because I think about all the breakdowns that I had. Like, you know, when you get home and you're like, yo, and then you think about that one subject that we all, okay, I think we all do it. And then you're like, yo, how and you start crying. No, you know, you're just wondering about your next move all the time. You're just thinking about what's next, what's next. And like Itimeleng said, you don't get time to internalize what you've learned that day because you have to practice something else. You have to always be on your feet. And even though sharp, it's okay, but I feel like that's so unhealthy. Like that is so unhealthy. Like
Really,
all the time, all the time. Oh, no, bubble. So yeah, but then that's it. And you feel bad for even like complaining sometimes because in Kare, okay, some people take it as though actually you're not the first matrix or like you're not the first nor the last people to like be in this grade or and sometimes you feel like you can't really confide in other people because it's like everyone is going through their own
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're having their own problems and all that. So in a way, you learn to be sort of independent, whether it be like with me, like there were things that like I used to take just to like focus, right? So you kind of learn like coping mechanisms, whether they be healthy or like unhealthy, but there are things that you pick up along the journey, Abo. And what I was saying is that you learn to be independent, but then it it's not a healthy independence. Or it's almost like you just isolate yourself in a way. So yeah.
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 And another thing I wanted to say is that, like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there is a certain pressure on us to overcome, like those that overcome that, like they did well through Matric, despite the fact that the COVID, despite the riots, despite this, despite that, and I don't understand that. Like, why are we supposed to, like, why couldn't we have a normal Matric? Like, we deserve that.
Yeah. Like, and when it comes to overcoming, Shapo, I understand that last year's Michigans, there was lockdown. You know, they said through lockdown, I think 2-3 months, because I think we went to school a month after they started going back to school. But considering the fact that we sat at home in grade 11, I don't know about the subjects you guys did, but maths and physics, we had to play catch up, and that was not cute. Grade 11 catch up in grade 12, that is not cute. You know, so yeah, this matric was different.
Like,
It was
we
different.
also talk about how I get it takes about like it takes people 21 days or something to get used to something. So imagine sitting at home for plus minus 4 months, not doing anything, waking up, not doing anything. Your body gets used to that, and by the time you get to school, you are so exhausted with the amount of work that is thrown at you, right? And even though last year it was okay for the most part, but this year it's also like, please understand that the circumstances were like this. So I don't know, but it doesn't just take 2 months for you to like get over something that you've been doing for so
Yeah.
long.
So, right. So, with that being said, because I don't want this video to be too long, right? With that being said, what would you like to say? Not necessarily advice or anything, whether it be advice, whether it just be words in J. What would you like to tell people that are going into matric or people that are going to high school? Like, what would you like to tell? Especially matriculants, next year's matriculants. What would you like to say to them? What advice
I'm just gonna keep
would you give them?
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Don't be hyper independent. Like, the people that are around you are doing the same subjects as you. They're in the same grade as you. Work with them. It'll help a lot. And another thing is, don't have like tunnel vision in terms of like focusing solely on matric, because like that can and will kill you. So try to take a moment for yourself when you can, which is like never, but when you can, take a moment for yourself. Breathe. It's matric. It's another year. You've gotten through so many other grades. Like, breathe. You'll be okay. That's all for me.
Also, like this Zippo, by the way, I'm not answering your question. I'm really not. Please don't add it to like my answer, but like I'm gonna answer you. Anyways, I also think that like not doing so well in your matric year is really like it's really not the end of the world. There are so many people, there are so many things that can happen that can like sort of hinder your progress in this like throughout the year. So you like always thinking that if you don't get like a bachelor's pass or whatever, it's the end of the world. It's really not. It's like I can say, but I feel like there's this stigma against people that don't do well or like people that come back to like rewrite and stuff. And it's when you really think about it, like it doesn't make sense. Like,
Doesn't. Can I just say something? When I saw people rewriting, last year's matriculants rewriting certain subjects, you know, I didn't even judge. A lot of us didn't judge them. We were just like, you know what, we get it. We totally
honestly,
if you're gonna be rewriting mathematics, we understand why.
we understand.
You know what I get. If you're gonna be rewriting physics, we get it.
Yeah.
In matric, you're gonna see it. It's really why you don't have to judge a person, because I think at the end of the day, you're gonna understand the situation. It's not easy. So I totally get what.
And not to be negative or anything, but like no matter how much you prepare, if the timetable's against you, it's against you.
Can I say something with the timetable? Can I say something with that timetable? I want to know my term 2 and my prelim timetable. I'm still crying today. I am still crying today
If the timetable's against you, it's against you.
And you can't do anything about it.
You can't.
No, bad is that term 2, I remember literally the week that I think we had a lockdown, so we canceled our exams. So literally the week that I had to start to block after writing for 3 solid weeks every day, the time when I had to block, what? No, you guys are coming to school the following day. Up until what time? 4 o'clock.
That's crazy.
I am exhausted. I am tired.
Yeah, no. So
And when it's again, you can't do anything, shame. Like Spiffy said, you can't do anything.
So Tanika or Judak, whichever one wants to go first, your advice to continue.
Like for words of motivation, Bongani, he always says to me like, it's unto how, it's into work. Meaning like, do your thing and let me do my own thing.
I love that coach.
Because more especially Matric, and people like everybody is moving at their own pace, and you just like be your own competition. I believe like it isolates you from like unrealistic external expectations, because it's like it's you against you. You're just trying to be the better person. Like you're just trying to be the better version of yourself. See, so just my words of motivation, I would just say it's unto all.
Tanika?
I know what I would say. First of all, surround yourself with good people, with positive energy as much as possible, especially when it comes to school, your friends. I feel like your friends plays a big role in your matric year. You have to choose wisely for, okay, who am I? I know, okay, certain people can help me with this. That's the most important thing. You have to choose your friends wisely, because you can't be hanging out with people that always judge you or say things about you and stuff. And then the second one, I would say take breaks. Okay, there's no breaks, but what I suggest is that term 1 and 2 work, but then take as much breaks, because the mistake that we do is that we worked ourselves so much in term 1 and term 2. When it came to prelims finals, we were exhausted. Whereas that energy that we needed at term 1 and 2, we had to dedicate it to our prelims. So I would just say term 1 and 2 work, but then rest as much as possible, for that energy can consume it for your prelims. Because I say prelims are the most shittiest thing ever, and that's on period, and it's never going to change. It'll always be like that. Prelims are the shit.
Yeah.
What?
Zippo will cut it. Will do the editing.
If I had to give advice, because I really want to tell the people out there, please have a healthy coping mechanism.
Yeah,
have a healthy coping mechanism, because I know my coping mechanism, it's not healthy. Food. What? What? Like, have a healthy coping mechanism. If just try to get into the habit of exercising as a way to, de-stress. Don't go to food. Like, I don't know. I'm just saying from my personal experience.
I think with that one, Zippo, we can give it to Dirk and his friend Lempani. Shout out to them.
Jima, exactly.
They have a healthy. They deserve it. They had a healthy year. I personally, from my side of view, I feel like they have the healthiest year, Shane. Looking back, those people wake up at 6 o'clock, go to the gym, and sleep. So I think they should give us the matrix for saying, this is how you do it.
Yeah, but not really, guys. Because I used to exercise with you guys. I used to exercise term 1, and then I stopped, got term 1 exam, and I never went back. I really regret it. Like, as much as food can be so comforting, I don't want to lie, it's not healthy. But sometimes you need it. After writing math, you need that ice cream. I'm just saying. But yeah, well.
Now, Matric took it all on all of us, because I also had to stop gym for I think 3 months, because I was even stress eating, because school was hard. It's really difficult.
Yeah. But
talking about sleep, you didn't get enough sleep during exam. You were not sleeping.
Who, me?
Yeah, Zippo was not sleeping. Honestly, and I started resting. I started resting. I felt like when my final came, I made sure I rest.
Yeah, with finals.
Yeah.
Cut-off time was like 12. Not even 12. It was like 12. Actually, it was 12. But with maths and physics, it was 1. I am not cross-nighting. Finals, don't cross-night ka final. Don't ever do that. Don't cross-night ka final. Please, bro. I think I only cross-nighting was like English paper 2 and Afrikaans paper 2. Yeah.
If I wasn't cross-nighting throughout all the finals, basically. But like, it worked out well for me, Shame. But those weeks where I had like 3 days in a row, like it was bad for me. Like so definitely don't.
Yeah.
Prep well in advance. And I know the stress and like the anxiety will make you think that you aren't prepared. But if you know you've put in the work, like you'll be able to silence those thoughts and just get a good night's sleep in and go kick those exams back.
That's true.
That's true. I know, but you guys.
It's not gonna work. It's not. Honestly, it's not worth it.
What cost 9? What cost 9?
My advice.
Finals. Don't do that to yourself, baby girl. Don't do that. Like exam because it has been a hell of a year. So they try for beds. I was dream. Now I once had a dream to go basic final, and it was Afrikaans paper 2. I made sure I can go with that paper, hey, because the world was so scared for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is. So yeah.
Kando?
So my advice would be like, listen to your body. Wait if you actually take time to just listen to your body. Not that you know what it needs, but you'll figure out for it. How rege. And then like, Boma, you can feel when you're tired. You can feel when you are literally tired. And then also time management. Time management. I know we all have like 24 hours, but then it feels like you have 5 hours because you come back from school, you still need to do other things besides school, plus your schoolwork, and then you still need to sleep. And you imagine cutting down on sleep. Does that sound healthy? Like having to like.
But that's my trick, dog. Unfortunately, eh?
And also like just in jail, like you said it like it can be advice or anything, right? Just know that Matric is really not the end of the world. Like it's really, really not. And yeah, like it can do things for you, but then it's not like it's not the key. That's if there's in a door. Yeah,
sure.
Yo, that's true.
Yeah.
Listen.
I say one thing. Can I say one thing? This one it was for me and it actually worked out for me. For people for everyone actually in general. Dubai Plus, play some coffee. One thing I suggest, go to your GP, get B12. It really helped me because now I know myself. Way too much. So being on B12 throughout the year, it really helped me. So I suggest for people get hang of it. Consult with your GP. I'm like, I got recommend the ink, but the supplements, B12, coffee, ink, cut it. It ain't gonna work for you. Honestly, don't do that.
Yes. Well, thank you guys for joining. Sorry, Donna, to cut you, but the meeting's gonna end. So thank you guys for joining. I really hope people listen and enjoy this video. Thank you guys for agreeing to, come through and talk about your matric and high school experience. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting us.
And that was the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I really do hope you enjoyed this conversation. If you want to share any of your high school experiences, your matric experience, any advice, please drop it down in the comment section below. I know, and I'm pretty sure it might help someone out there that's going into matric or high school in a few days. And I would also like to know, I'd really love to read your comments. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.